or not, or I can't find it in time. Thank you, Cesar. Hi, everybody. Ohayo gozaimasu, konnichiwa, konbanwa, bonjour, guten tag, hello, goodbye, later today, because we're going to have a few minutes where we're just going to talk to each other and share a little bit about what each is doing. And in particular, today's focus is League of Extraordinaries. We recognize you're all extraordinary. There's no question about that. The next step is, how can we all have an impact at a higher level? If you haven't seen it yet, the conversation with Masami Sato was, I thought, amazing. Uh, Bill, I think you might have been part of that. Did you watch Sato-san in her conversation about little things that have a big impact? Was anybody there? Were you there?
I don't think so.
Okay. So did anybody attend that one? Nobody?
I was there, Francis.
Oh, Francis. Oh, that's right. Francis, you asked a lot of really good questions. What did you think of that?
I think it's fantastic. Trying to integrate daily activity in our various businesses, whether it's signing up new clients or contacting other collaborators. Those activities can generate a donation to a worthy cause, and they have over 450 different causes that their members can choose from. So it's really an easy way to get socially engaged.
Yeah, I thought so too. So we're going to have a follow-up, and I recommend, it is on our blog, to take a look at that. There's a description of it, and then there's the actual recording of the conversation with her. She was born in Japan. She built her own business there, and then after being successful, she decided to build this, basically an ability to do, whenever you're doing business, to be able to fund dollars, to fund currency to good causes. So she has a team looking for the good causes. She's got the ability to connect up to businesses. And for the last 18 years, she's made a big impact, and highly recommend you take a look at it. We'll get started now.
Hey, Doug.
Oh, yeah, Tom.
The one thing that amazed me was how young the idea really started getting planted in her mind. I mean, it was really as a child that was kind of every step led her to this path. It was really interesting.
That's a really great point, that it was burning inside her, and the way she talked about her business was definitely less interested in the business success that she had, and that this had to come out. And it finally did come out. And I guess to me, other than how amazing it is, just speaking with her and her positivity, and you'll see it on the video, she's just a very positive person, somebody you'd want to have around, and highly recommend, even just for that, to tap into the energy. I'm getting a call, so I might have disappeared. Let's start in Japan. So Kaoru Nishinakagawa-san, she is our global advisor for both Sydney and Japan. Like Masami Sato, she was from Japan, and she decided that she had a different calling and is in Australia, although she's very involved still with business in Japan. In fact, she's got all sorts of activities already that she's doing, and she has bigger plans, including golf, which is an exciting thing. So we're looking forward to getting you connected to a variety of folks from Japan to golf in Australia and elsewhere. So Kaoru, thank you so much for joining today. Would you like to just give an introduction of yourself and let us know how we can help?
Sure. Thank you, Doug. I think I met some of you already, and sorry to repeat myself again, but my name is Kaoru. I was born and raised in Japan, but moved to Australia 14 years ago. And I was in Japan when the earthquake happened, so I experienced all the craziness in Tokyo, then moved here 1 month later. So my background is very diverse. I started my career in semiconductor, trading, helping this company coming into Japan from Silicon Valley, then moving into this digital marketing. And then last 8 years, my focus has been innovation. So innovation can be anything, but mainly my focus was to help corporate innovate, because that's the most difficult things to do. They don't have the talent or structure to do so. So I was in consulting firm, but also working for largest media company called News Corp, who also own the Fox News and all that, to do the internal innovation strategy. But so as currently I do my own things. I wear a couple of different hats. I'm an advisor for 3 different organizations, anything related to innovation. One of it is to help operate the innovation fund that connect Japan, Australia through scientific and technological activities, mainly R&D activities. And we get the money from large organization and provide the money to the fantastic pioneering activities. But also, as Doug mentioned, I really want to build the business around golf because I'm a crazy golfer. I wish I got into it earlier, but what I'm trying to do is build the kind of package tour to bring people to Australia to experience the amazing nature in Australia, playing golf, but also meeting with like-minded people in business world. Could be any industries, could be real estate. That's a massive industry in Australia. Finance is really big too, obviously mining, all sort of industries happening in Australia. We can network with people and also have a great cuisine in Australia, which a lot of people don't know. Australia have a great restaurants and the cafes in Australia. So yeah, trying to build the package to connect people through activities, networking, and playing golf. So yeah, I have built the survey. Hope you guys, if you're not interested in golf, but you might be interested in traveling. So you might be able to answer the survey for me, and that helped me build the tour package for everyone who is interested. So thank you.
Nishi Nakagawa-san is pretty amazing in that innovation work that she's doing, and undoubtedly the golf side will be fascinating as well. Does anybody have any questions, please?
Hey, Doug, already we introduced to Cairo, I think 3 weeks ago, remember? We had a meeting, Japan
Yep.
chapter all. Cairo, please check your emails. We are the only FDI guy around in the whole world. We can help you the tons of money. If you are looking for a money, this is the
Yep.
money man. Okay, I am the money
Yep.
man. Please reply my email. Rest as history. Okay.
I definitely will. Thank you. But you said it's NVIDIA, right? So it have to be something around technology.
Yes, we are already NVIDIA. We join GTC. We are their member. We are working with them with their partner network as well as 22K startup as well as 10 trillion healthcare initiative. I'm a Bengali Indian guy right now in Calcutta. Day after tomorrow will be in Charlotte. I have 1 wife, 2 kids, and Doug and Caesar and Global Chamber. That's it.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to check out your email. Maybe that's going to help the innovation fund side because we have a lot of scientific activities going on there. It's just very, very leading edge technologies there too. So yeah, I'll reach out to you on that.
Thank you. It's early morning in Japan, but it's 4:30 a.m. in Kolkata. So thank you, Pankaj, for getting up a little bit early. Let's keep going around the room. And I'd like to next go to Hong Kong and Belinda Wong, who, wow, what a story that was written about you. Congratulations on the work that you're doing. Who would you like to meet and how can we help? Thank you for being part of Global Chamber.
Thank you, Doug. Good morning, everyone. My name is Belinda Wong. I'm from Hong Kong. My main business is help people doing business in Hong Kong and then expand to China and other Asian countries. I have written a few articles on doing business in Hong Kong. You can check it out in my company's website. And lately, I have got some inquiries on how to expand overseas. In fact, the Hong Kong Trade Development Council has also set up a so-called center. They help mainland Chinese companies to move to overseas. That's about it. My objective for joining Global Chamber is to enhance my internet visibility and just to see how things develop from here. Thank you.
You're also an author of, was it a book, or tell us more?
Well, I write technical books for Wood Scroll. Two titles: Hong Kong Company Secretary's Checklist, and also Hong Kong Company Secretary's Practice Manual. These books focus on the Hong Kong corporate law and its practice. And I also speak a seminar organized by some accounting professional bodies, and also for Wood Scholars on the Hong Kong corporate law and its practice.
Great.
Oh.
Do you consider yourself more on the accounting side, on the legal side, on the sounds like mainly supporting company side, so you get involved in a lot of different areas?
On corporate compliance, on the corporate legal side. And since 2020, I have been managing the Startup China Club platform in Hong Kong, which is part of the Startup Club. This club was originally in Germany. So I got a bit of network overseas in Europe. And also, since 2022, I have been an advisory board member of Unified Platform AG. This is registered in Switzerland, but the operation team is Japanese. They have expanded to Sweden. Recently, they set up a lab in Sweden researching on certain brain disease. And last year, they have also created a token which was originally tradable in South Korea exchange, and now listed in a second exchange. I forgot the name.
Fantastic. One of the legal resources that I think could be helpful for you is in the room here today. Jeff Dar is our advisory board chair emeritus for the Global Chamber Los Angeles, and he does business in 35 plus countries around the world around legal. And he also is the co-founder of the California International Arbitration Week, which just celebrated its 4th successful year, growing year after year. So he's an expert in a lot of areas that might be complementary to some of the things you're doing.
Hong Kong is also pushing forward on arbitration and also mediation, which has linked with China.
Okay. Jeff, you've done work in China.
Yeah.
Yes. So hi, everyone. I think that's my turn then. It's my...
Oh, okay.
It's like
Sorry.
my intro is like time to bat. So I'm Jeff Dar. I put my, actually, I just put in a LinkedIn. I should probably put in an email or something more. But I'm based in Los Angeles. I do work all over the world. My focus, I'm a lawyer, is on cross-border work, how to make things work cross borders in different legal systems, different countries. I work closely with lawyers in well over 30 countries. And also I act as an arbitrator. So for example, in Japan, I'm a panelist, meaning I'm one of the selected arbitrators for the Japan Commercial Arbitration Association, JCAA, which not many in the US or North America are part of. And in Hong Kong, I'm arbitrator with the South China International Arbitration Center, which is based in Hong Kong, as well as the Shenzhen Court of International Arbitration.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tech disputes in China. I do a lot of work in Chinese arbitration and court proceedings. In fact, I have a fascinating case where I'm trying to get a very substantial federal judgment in Alabama, which is one of the United States states recognized in China, which is a very rare feat. And we just had our third court hearing yesterday for 6.5 hours in not a major part of China, meaning not Beijing or Shanghai. And so happy to be of assistance to everybody. And I've been focusing on cross-border disputes and transactions for well over 25 years and been a lawyer longer. So I'd like to think that I have a lot of experience, and I'll be speaking on these types of issues in Lucerne next Thursday. And my panel includes somebody from Japan, Osaka, somebody from a professor in Lucerne, somebody from Buenos Aires. These are all people I know, and somebody from Athens in Greece. So I think I'm leaving off one of my panelists, but something I realized. So if anyone needs any assistance in trying to figure out how to navigate multiple countries and cultures and languages, that's my sweet spot. So good to see everyone.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jeff. Does anybody have any questions for Jeff?
Hey, Doug, just Jeb, this is Pankaj again from India. So shoot in my email, I already shared. We will talk offline because we need your help. So we'll talk offline. Shoot me email, and must be domain email, no Gmail, Hotmail.
I'm going to put my email into the chat, but I didn't do that when I was putting it in just when I was asked to talk. So
and unfortunately, I have everything except LinkedIn, and I cannot fight with Microsoft. So when we have money, we'll fight with them. But I'm just waiting for my money to come to my account.
All right, very good. And I have done quite a bit of work in India, know people in most parts of India. And of course, the most recent ambassador was the former mayor of Los Angeles to India for the United States. So Eric Garcetti.
And it sounds like there's going to be a consulate coming to LA as well.
Exactly, after a very long effort.
So
for those who don't know, in California, the India consulate has always been in San Francisco and finally opening in Los Angeles, which is only odd because in Los Angeles, we have more consul general offices, consulates than I think anywhere else in the United States. And India has a huge population of people, including expats and so on in Southern California. So it was sort of one of those just awkward things that finally is being rectified. And will hopefully be make it much easier as a gateway for doing business with India and India doing business with Southern California.
Indeed. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. Let's see. How about we go to Tom Edholm, Value Chain Dynamics. Congratulations on the work that you're doing. Very timely right now, given everybody's looking at the supply chain. You're probably too busy, so thank you for, like all of us, taking the time today to carve out a little bit of time to share about what you're doing, but also how we can help.
Yeah, it's interesting right now. You would think it would be absolutely crazy, but companies have really just stopped moving. Everybody's just in a shakeup. No matter who I talk to, everybody kind of has the same message. But so I'm Tom Edholm from Value Chain Dynamics. We are a supply chain consulting company. We work, do a lot of work in AI and bringing the latest technologies and forecasting abilities to companies. And so we focus on both managed services, where we bring our software and people, so we can cut the implementation stage from about 10 months to 2. And then we help them when they're ready to take it over. We also do a complete supply chain assessment with some proprietary tools that we've developed. So if anybody out there is, really looking for evaluating their supply chain and looking for ways to decrease overall risk, then give me a call. We really focus on manufacturing companies, between 50 and 500 million.
Sounds great. Anybody have any questions for Tom? I'll bet you, Alma, you've got some overlap. And do you guys already know each other by any chance?
No, I'm
No, we don't.
so no, I'm not familiar, but nice to meet you, Tom.
You
Okay.
also.
Yes.
Yeah, Alma is part of Efficient Flow Consulting. And so maybe, Alma, would you mind going next and sharing more about you and any help that you need, who you'd like to meet?
Sure. So a little background. I am originally from Mexico, and I've lived here in the US about 20 years. And my background is in logistics and supply chain, project management, and most recently in software implementation. I was talking to Cesar yesterday, and I was telling him how when I was starting my career, I did everything by hand, and now all these software companies are available, and I love that there's always all these options to automate processes and to make everything much easier for everyone and faster. And so after working for different companies, I decided to do it on my own. And that's when I created Efficient Flow Consulting. And so I'm looking to connect with people that are in need of these different projects of automation and different logistics strategies to make their logistics and supply chain better.
So, Elma, I'd love to reach out to you. Maybe we can find some synergies.
Yes, definitely. I'm going to put my information here.
All right, great.
Thank you, Tom.
Does anybody have any questions for Alma or for anybody that's spoken so far? Any thoughts or comments, ideas, or connections? If you can think of some connections that would be appropriate for anybody that's spoken so far, please either use the chat area or just let us know quietly, or feel free to open your mic and speak.
I have one comment. Australia is very advanced in finance industries, some of the industries, but supply chain is one of the I have to say worst one, especially coming from Japan. Everything's delivered within day or two, and you can track every single things from maybe 30, 40 years ago. This place still hasn't got it. You need to stay home 9 to 5, and they might not even deliver it on the day. So I really, really want to crack the issue in this country, but it's really, really complex problem, as you all understand, because I did a little bit work as a consultant to help company to build some supply chain related services actually once. Very, very fragmented. And it's very, very, it's very old fashioned. So many different layers of the suppliers there. So it's not integrated at all, especially last mile delivery is horrible here. So I'm really interested in solving the problem in this country, although I haven't worked on it seriously yet. But so that might be an interesting one. If I just come up some angle, then maybe you can talk to you guys if you already have a lot of information. Obviously,
I'm sure I'm going to be the same, but we'd be happy to brainstorm with you and see what we could do.
Yeah, that would be great. I love the world. It's very old-fashioned. There's so many things we can improve, especially in this country. Really,
That's
really
for sure.
Yeah.
I think in every country.
Yeah, thank you.
There's a shipping company based in Melbourne, ATO Shipping, who's a member of Global Chamber. They just renewed their membership. So yesterday we talking a little bit about their next steps. They're very global. The CEO there in Melbourne, he's all over the world. He just got back to Melbourne, and we're talking about the Export League and making sure that when we do it for Sydney, it involves Melbourne, and he wants to come up to Sydney when that gets all kicked off. And so he might be another participant in that conversation as well. And if nothing else, Kaoru, we should connect up the two. Eduardo is the guy in Southern California, and Cesar, I'm blanking on the fellow in Melbourne, but we'll get you.
That's David. Yeah.
Oh, David Ahern. Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you. Great question. Let's thank you. Really appreciate it, Alma. Thank you for sharing. As long as we're talking about Mexico, at least on my screen, you're next to Eduardo Gonzalez, and he's got a lot of experience with Mexico. He's also our advisory board chair for Phoenix. And Eduardo, you know manufacturing, you know it on both sides of the US and Mexico border. Who would you like to meet? How can we help?
Thank you, Doug. Yes, I'm not working in AI. I'm working in HI, human intelligence. So basically connecting people with suppliers on the Mexican side. So anyone looking for manufacturers in Mexico for the US, be happy to talk to them. Also, we do a little bit of business development. So any company from abroad that is looking to do business in the US, I think Arizona is a great place to start. I'm based out of Phoenix in Arizona. My background, I used to work for the Mexican government, to work for the Mexico Development Bank, and then work for ProMexico. So I've been in this business of foreign direct investment, export promotion, manufacturing for more than 20 years. I spoke with Tom. Hopefully we're going to be able to collaborate. Looking forward to talking to you, Alma, see how we can work together.
Definitely. And I'm here in Scottsdale as well.
Oh,
So,
even better. Yeah.
yes,
I'm surprised we haven't met, but we will.
we will definitely.
Yes. So yeah, I'm happy to also help companies export in other regions through the Global Chamber platform. That will be something that we're discussing with Doug. So hopefully we'll talk some more about that idea for now. But yeah, happy to talk, connect to anyone that wants to know more about the Arizona-Mexico region. And I agree with Tom, there's not much going on right now. Everybody's in a standby mode until they figured out the tariffs with China and they figured out what's going to happen to the USMCA, which is up for renegotiation next year. But everybody wants that deal to be done this year and be able to work on a solid treaty for the next coming years. So happy to talk to anyone. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you. I had a fun conversation with a lady that you and I met at one of our recent events in Phoenix. Martha Campo or Campa, does that ring a bell? She has a company. She's from Hermosillo, and she is at SkySong. So I didn't get to meet her, but she wanted to talk, and so I talked to her. So she's joining Global Chamber. And one of the fun things she said was about the meeting, Eduardo, that we did. She said, Global Chamber felt very Mexican, very friendly, welcoming, warm, a really good place to be.
I agree. I totally agree.
I like that description, and if she ends up joining, which I hope she does, we'll definitely use her testimonial.
I agree. Yeah, I like it. You should put that. You should put it up on the website.
It turns out she's part of SkySong, and she's on that Isle program. And so I'm talking to her, and I'm looking at the ceiling behind her, and it's like, that looks very familiar. I wonder if she's at SkySong. Yes, she is. And then it turns out she's on the third floor, which is where Global Chamber used to be. And I said, oh, do you know Ryan Sakamoto? and he's apparently her next door neighbor at SkySong. He's with Sanyo Trading, and they're a relatively new member as well. And so it felt very, very small world today. I thought that was really cool. So Eduardo, does anybody have any questions for him?
Just more of a comment. With regard to the judicial elections happening in Mexico as we talk, which is transforming probably your legal system, more important than ever for anyone doing any cross-border business, and that will come back very quickly, I have no doubt, including nearshoring. Since I'm in the United States, I have a feeling that will be nearshoring in Mexico versus nearshoring in the United States. But because of the changes happening with the judicial system, more important to have a arbitration provision in any of your agreements between Mexico and anywhere else, or even within Mexico, because Mexican domestic arbitration is going to be becoming much more common than ever before because of the issue with courts and how long it takes to get things through the courts. And for anything international, if you want to have experienced adjudicators of a dispute and maybe have a dispute avoided because people know it'll be properly handled, even more important to have international arbitration agreements. So I'll just make that little comment.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. We'll keep it in mind. It's a whole big mess, that judicial.
That's why get yourself out of the court system in Mexico, whether it's domestic dispute or international dispute in your agreements. If it's not in your agreements, you're going to be in court in Mexico, and a lot of things are changing. If everyone doesn't know, there are in the process of having every judge elect change from the top Supreme Court to the lowest, all elected, and the institution of having any experienced judges is radically being changed as we talk.
Wow.
Yeah, and people are voting without not even knowing who they are voting for. I imagine that not many people are going to come up to vote to start with, and the whole process probably is going to be redone. But I agree with you, it's not the way to do it.
For anybody, Jeff, that's doing business in Mexico, could they come to you and just ask you to take a look at their agreement? Is that the kind of work that you do as well?
I do indeed.
Okay. So if anybody, hey, we know a lot of folks, right? So that could apply to any state.
Could apply to any state, and I work closely with lawyers, and particularly Guadalajara and Mexico City, who work across the great country of Mexico.
Very good.
And I spoke on judicial elections in Mexico City last August when the judiciary was on strike. Met with the Supreme Court. I've been in the Supreme Court in Mexico City and spoke with met with one of the Supreme Court justices. There's 11, if I remember, and none of them are running for election, which is part of the whole issue of what may happen, and we don't know. Which is if you want business, you want usually much more predictability, not randomness. And if you want to have a good agreement, you need to think about it ahead of time. That's the only reason why I chimed in, particularly with Mexico.
Appreciate it. Great comments. Well, let's keep going around the room. And Francis Ota is here. And Francis is in Southern California doing great work. Thank you so much for joining today. You and Muhammad Ali and John F. Kennedy, 3 great Americans there. Thank you for sharing. Who would you like to meet and how can we help?
Well, thank you, Doug. First of all, it's great to meet everybody here on this Zoom meeting. I'm one of the partners at To Go Advisory Firm. We're a executive consulting firm that started back in 1986. We were one of the first fractional and interim consulting, primarily started off in the CFO realm. And so our customers, our clients are small to medium-sized companies who need strategic planning assessments, operational efficiency work. We also have worked in M&A, so we have experience in bringing companies together in the mergers and acquisition phase. We also have partners who come from the banking industry and have access to a network of financing solutions for our clients. So one of the things I enjoy doing, I co-lead the international business practice. And we have, like I said, about 30 partners, many of them here in California, but we cover across the US, and our clients are international. Personally, I've worked at Hewlett Packard and Medtronic, worked 7 years in Japan, and so have had the opportunity to work in Japan and also the Far East Asian countries. Also, more recently, I've worked as the head of the finance organization for both a Belgian and Dutch company. So have had the privilege of working over in Europe as well. So what I'd like to do is connect with anyone who has works with clients who need strategic planning support, business assessment in both operational as well as tactical. So one of the areas that we've been talking about is logistics. And what I do is I first go within our partnership to find the expertise. If it's not in my wheelhouse, I'll call one of my other 30 partners. But if within the firm we don't have that expertise, I reach out to my collaborators, which I would consider all of you here at Global Chamber, to assist clients that we might need your expertise. So I look forward to engaging with all of you, and vice versa. If you have clients that need our services, I welcome them. Again, you could go to our website, To Go Advisory Group. The firm is located in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm located here in Los Angeles. So one of a few partners here in Southern California. So look forward to working with all of you, and let's connect.
Thank you. The next Global Chamber Los Angeles meetup is tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time. One of the people we should connect you with, if you're not already, is Jeff Olson of Top Source Worldwide. And he's our new, it hasn't been announced yet, but he's our new Global Chamber San Francisco Advisory Board Chair. So he's been on the board for many years. And so now we're doing the transition of him over as the board chair. He's been part of Global Chamber in 3 different companies, and he just joined with his new company. So we'll get you connected, because I think that'll be a good connection if you don't know Jeff already.
No, I look forward to the intro, Doug. Thank you.
Super. I think the final person here today is Gabriel, great Gabriel Bay, and Doc Jones, so that makes it extra special. Thanks for joining Global Chamber. Who would you like to meet? How can we help?
Well, first of all, I just landed here in LA. We're getting ready to do our pitch session tomorrow with ASU.
Nice.
I'm here to just sort of introduce myself, let everyone know what we're about. Glad to be a member of Global Chamber. I'm the principal partner for PHXMF, which is a music and film and gaming experience. The idea is that we are trying to build a workforce and an ecosystem here in Arizona for that particular industry, especially the merging of these digital industries. So I just want to introduce myself. I'm not trying to find anyone just yet. Just want you to know I'm here.
I know you've been reaching out to different folks and getting into the film industry in those countries. And just coincidentally, right before I jumped on this call, I got an email from Taitra, the Taiwan group and they want to meet and have lunch or something soon. So but more broadly on different topics. But if Taiwan is still of interest to you, let me know, and happy to let you know. There's, as Jeff knows very well, in LA, there's around 100 different countries represented with some sort of a diplomatic, if that's the right word, a diplomatic representation. And it's very conveniently summarized every quarter by Los Angeles County, where it has the country and the contact people, and it's incredibly helpful. I used to read that like 10 years ago when Global Chamber was created, and it's still around. So, and Jeff, I'm sure you know about that resource. So we've been able to use that one very handy. Not every city around the world is so easy to use in terms of connecting up to countries. And so if you can't find it, or if you're interested and can't find it, let me know. It's just under LA County.
Thank you, Doug. Appreciate that.
Does anybody else have anything to say, or any questions, or any other thoughts that you have before we close the room?
Hey, Doug, already we talked to multiple people, so everybody knows. So anyone is looking for money, FDI, foreign direct investment, we can help. Please email or reach out to Cesar. He can connect to us. Thank you.
It's 5:15 in the morning in Calcutta, and that's why
Yeah, it's a 5:15, so I will close this and I'll switch off the light. And again, and also, I am the only one-man army. So after Dubai, so my another counterpart, probably I introduce you in, he is in Maryland. He do the due diligence and all. He doing this, I am doing here, my life is, one word, hell. So don't worry. So we have to, how you manage Global Chamber around the world. So I learned from you guys. So we are nothing, but yes, we are opening office as well as all. So this is just 3 years. So we have a long way to go. Thank you.
And Doug, I could share something fun that's
yes,
that may resonate with people. So we all post on social media, including LinkedIn. I occasionally post on LinkedIn, usually things that are international. If you look at my Facebook, it's a little everything, including music, one of my other passions, and food and wine. But I posted early on, meaning I was maybe the first on LinkedIn, the fact that a week or so ago, California was recognized as being the 4th largest economy again in the world, eclipsing Japan by a little bit. And that post, you see the impressions. Usually I can get a couple hundred, maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000 on one of my posts, but I don't get more than that. Last I looked, over 166,000 impressions, because it went viral, which I've never had a post go viral, but it's an international related post, which is even more fun because it has to do with the economy of California and the world. So just to share, you never know, totally random, but 166, maybe more than that now, impressions in a week or so, is not my normal social media posts. So thought that would just be a fun fact to share. And, you never know what you post that may get big, is what I've learned. That would be like the last thing I thought would have been viral.
Number 1, US, number 2, China, number 3, Germany, number 4, California, number 5, Japan, number 6, India, number 7, UK.
Yeah, and you don't see the impressions, but it has 166,314 impressions when I get the analytics, which is something I never get. So
amazing.
I wish the things I actually want get that type of viral response. That doesn't happen, but I just thought it was a fun thing to share. I posted it. It's been 2 weeks actually. So
fantastic. No, congratulations on that. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. I know we posted it in our group on LinkedIn, but it's
apparently it's been reposted all over the place, and all the comments are people I don't even know on it, which is even more strange. So it's just one of those weird, like, viral international posts that I never have happen. So
302 comments. Kaoru, have you ever had anything go that viral before?
Nope. I need to learn from him then.
You know, I mean, I posted food and wine. I was in Australia end of last year, pictures, and you know, I probably posted them on Facebook, but they did not have, you know, huge number of responses or reposts.
Robert, you need to use Instagram, not Facebook.
Yeah, I know. Well, different purposes, different audiences.
True.
Does anybody else have anything they'd like to share before we leave? And hearing none, tomorrow we've got a couple really interesting ones. Deborah Shames is going to be speaking about writing for women, writing books in particular. She's given already, we have a book author program within Global Chamber. So if you are a book author or aspire to be one, or you know book authors, we have over 100 book authors within Global Chamber, and we have a monthly program every third Wednesday where we talk to authors. And she gave one of the best presentations we've had over the years around how to write well, and how not to be passively writing. And she has a list of 200 action verbs. I think she's got 200 that you should use and 200 you should not use. And of the 200 you should not use, I had been using at least a couple dozen of them. And actually, I still use a lot of them, like help and support. Like if you're really trying to write something, you don't use words like help and support because they're kind of nothing words. So she teaches you how to go from kind of being numb to something that's really kicking you in the butt kind of words. So if you'd like to be more effective in your writing, Deborah is amazing. And then of course we have other programs, but tomorrow we have one on Turkey. And Rashid Kuskaya is really an extraordinary entrepreneur, knows Turkey inside and out, and this is his second program at Global Chamber, and he's bringing in a variety of businesses that are both importing and exporting in and out of Turkey. So check that out. And if there's any of the programs that we have that you can't attend because the timing is bad, you can always go to our YouTube channel, but we haven't really effectively been able to like direct people there. You have to kind of find it. But if you register for the event, you'll automatically get the recording. So that's kind of cool. Thanks everybody for joining today. Cesar might still be here. It's late in Puerto Rico. Are you still there? And anything else to say in final comments? Any corrections or anything I've left out?
I'm still here though. Yes, nothing you left out. Just to mention also, we have the League of Opportunities this week. Part 1 is at the same time as this one on Thursday or Friday morning for those in Asia, and part 2 is in morning time in the US on Friday. And for those of you who hasn't attended yet, that's one where we spotlight 5 to 6 members with different backgrounds and industries and regions, and they present about what they're doing, about specific opportunities, and it's a really good meeting to see and learn a little bit more about our membership. Other than that, just also the Spanish. If any of you speak Spanish or if interested in learning Spanish, I run the Spanish call at the end of the month, and I'm happy to have Alma as part of our presenters this month. So that's a good one. Or feel free to invite anyone in your company or your network to join us as well. Thank you, Doug. Doug, I see Sejali now here. Sejali Mukate. I don't know if we still have, I guess we have a couple of minutes. Maybe Sejali can say a few words as well.
Oh, hi, Sayali, and thank you for
Thank
your
you,
email.
Cesar. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed you.
No worries. I just joined because I was looking at my clock and then I got busy in something else and I was like, okay, at least few minutes. Let me join this one. So
Your
though I
email,
missed.
because one of the things that Sayali does, her company, is they do IT work, and the part of IT work where they integrate apps into business processes and get people to get the full value out of those apps. And I love that approach. She'd asked me about two things. One is, our app, although she didn't know that we have an app, but we have an app that Cesar is working on, and hopefully that'll see the light of the day. I'm sure it will in the next few months. But we already have an AI tool called Globy, and actually we have a meeting right after this. We did finally get the caricature, the icon for Globy pretty much set, probably 95% set. We're rolling it out to the next level of internal folks today. And our goal is to have Globy incorporated with our app. So thank you for your work, and thank you for inquiring about that. We'll circle back with you that. What would you like to share in terms of who you'd like to meet?
Sure. So we would like to meet basically B2B and B2C businesses as well. I see a lot of people are in Global Chamber community who is into trading. So basically we provide custom software solutions to vast set of industries, and we do have expertise right from setting up CRM, project management, timesheet management related solutions, data migration, smaller integrations, third-party, tools clubbing together with what you're trying to do. We support major cloud services as well. So any of the app development today, as Doug mentioned, that Globy is coming, which is kind of AI tool. So in the world of AI, yes, you get a code written, but you need to have that kind of intelligence and experience that comes when actually a team is working with you. So we can partner with you and help you on the tech support, 24 by annual maintenance contracts, and all those kind of software development assistance. So I'll be happy to meet anyone who would like to, leverage the power of technology. And we have helped businesses to track their inventories and, automate invoicing, and also the customer campaigns to have an outreach and, get connected with more people to have more business. So a lot of things that we can do through our technology. Yes.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And is that Jim in the call? What are you doing, Jim? How are you? Good morning.
Hi, Doug. Just checking the attendance, just to take note.
Very Jim, we're just wrapping up. Is there anything that you would like to share that's coming up that's particularly notable?
Yes, tomorrow we have upcoming two events, opportunities in Turkey, and the one with Deborah Shames, Women Upfront. So guys, if you're looking to improve your public speaking skills, feel free to join us tomorrow and check out our globalchamber.org/events website.
Fantastic. I mentioned the book author part of what she does, but public speaking is a key part of what she does as well, and the verbiage to be able to include. So thank you, Jem. Jem's based in Singapore, and she leads our event management overall. And we're implementing HubSpot right now. So we had our second project meeting today, and Jem is right in the middle of that too. So it looks like July 1st, that'll all, the goal is to have it all implemented by July 1st. So the second half of the year will, for us, kick off in Tanzania. We'll be having an event July 9th through 11th with the president of Tanzania and the president of Zanzibar and people from all over Africa in July with HubSpot in our pocket and the wind at our sails. So look forward to some, I think, fun times ahead in the second half. In the meantime, let's all survive the first half, among how busy it is, and continue to work together and collaborate and be global and unstoppable. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.